Welcome to, what month are we in? April. April Floor Fiddle Fridays. That was not the piece I'm going to play. Just a little welcoming music to get a couple more people. And I have to button my shirt or I will make noise. How is everyone? If I lean forward, am I super out of focus? Let's see. No, it's not that bad. Friends. Super excited for this hangout I'm having with my friend Sarah today. I feel like it's been over a year since I've seen her. Soon we'll be able to have some cello-bration, as she would say, in person, so that will be nice. But yeah, this is the first time I've gotten to talk to her in over a year, so it may get very like geeky and girly and screamy. We might talk about mermaids. 100% we're going to talk about mermaids. And it's going to be great. But I'll start out playing something first. Looking forward to hearing some great cello. Thank you, Benjamin. Thanks for putting the pressure on. I bet you it's going to be great. Okay, I'm going to play this piece I wrote a few years ago. It was after a breakup. I was real sad. I was listening to a lot of Milk Carton Kids. And this may or may not like sound like a Milk Carton Kids song, but it's called She in the Dark Found Light. And it's, yeah, I like it. Okay. That was She in the Dark Found Light by me. Me and me. / perhaps inspired by the Milk Carton Kids. If not directly ripped off from a song of theirs. Here I come, coming closer. Okay, now I need to check this out. Oh, there I am. That's better. Okay. Wait. Here we go. Now I'm gonna figure this all out someday. Okay, I'm gonna introduce our special guest. If anyone out there is actually like knows how to do live streams well, send me a DM. Okay. Pretty. Okay. Sarah Clanton. I met Sarah in Nashville. We both live in Nashville, so she's just kind of, down the road for me right now. And so Sarah grew up in Maryland, Colorado, and Georgia, South Carolina, and France. She calls herself a tumbleweed without a hometown, which she attributes to her love of the open road. She has a degree in classical music and communication studies from Furman University. She spent 12 years in the music scene in Greenville, South Carolina, before making her move to Nashville in 2014. Since moving to Nashville, she has continued to evolve, writing and releasing music, including her full-length album, Here We Are, in November 2018, which is an amazing album, where she has a music video where she swims in a pool with a cello. It's amazing. We're both swimmers, by the way. We both grew up as competitive swimmers. That's a thing that we both share. And yeah, so she's writing for a new album. She's got some other stuff going on she's going to tell us about. I'm going to let her in. Here we go. Sarah! Hello.
I was just watching you on my phone on YouTube.
The wonders of technology, am I right?
Oh, it was beautiful. Great song. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I'm just trying to man, I really need to clean this desk. Okay. Okay.
I have to say the camera looks amazing.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks so great.
Okay. Yeah, I was struggling. I feel like these live streams are far enough apart that I just forget how it happens, and I have to I always think I know how to do it, and then I panic right before.
Exactly.
But it always works out.
Thanks for being honest and open about that, because I completely relate.
Am I too bright in my face?
It looks great. Well, I just think it's great. You have a different color on your camera than me. I'm like...
Oh, you look warm, and I look like I'm in a snowstorm I'm in Antarctica. It's okay. I'm in a science lab.
Which I don't hate.
You're here. I'm so happy.
Hi!
How about we start off with a song just to get us started, and then we'll get into talking. And
this might be a lame off-topic question. Thanks for bearing with us, y'all. Do I need to have turn off original sound on right now when I play?
Yeah, the off should be on. It's confusing.
So confusing.
I think I don't need to go more into that, but
it's all good. I appreciate those notes.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that I have them. What are you gonna play for us?
Well, I'm gonna play this song called "Breathe In, Breathe Out," and it is off my album "Here We Are." Yeah. Somewhere out there is life on the other side. I've been through every constellation, but you're the only star that I see every night. So hold me closer to your chest, like this. big plans, darling. Wanna hear a song get amplified, but if we end up going nowhere, we'll be more than satisfied. So hold me closer to your chest, oh, like this. This is all that's left. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. My heart won't stop until your lungs give out. Oh yeah, where you go, I go too, baby, not because I have to. No, where you end, I begin, and I only wanna do this. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. My heart won't stop until your lungs give out.
I took a big breath with you at the end there. Felt
Yay!
great.
I could hear it. It was awesome. I ran into my cello with my headphones and surprised myself there.
Yeah, it's very surprising when that happens.
Very
It's very
surprising.
distracting. I love that song.
Thank you.
Clapping.
Thank you. Oh, it is fun to have somebody to clap for you in this pandemic life we live
Yeah.
in the virtual
So yeah,
world.
do you have any before we get into other stuff, do you have any shows scheduled?
No.
No. I'm playing my first show in town tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, where?
I'm playing at the Basement East for
Oh,
Lydia
that's so
Blues.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm just I'm ready.
You're ready to go.
I'm
You're
ready to go. Just
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to see, feeling it back out. I am doing one show a month on Patreon for my Patreon folks and that's just patreon.com/Sarah Clanton. So that's about the extent of my live show performing this past year, but I've been working on a lot of things. But yeah, it's been an interesting time. Music has been, I don't know, something I have been loving to have around me, listening to. But as far as my own music and what am I doing right now, it's definitely been an interesting time of reflection.
Oh,
So,
for
yeah.
sure. Okay, wait. Okay, so I have a structure. I want to follow this structure. Let's talk about Baby Sarah. Baby Cello Sarah. Let's talk about Baby Cello Sarah, past Sarah. What brought you to this super amazing style of playing that you do and singing? I want to know. I think I already do, but tell everyone else.
Well, I started classically, as most of us do, I would assume. And it really wasn't until, I got a classical degree, and it wasn't until I went to Bonnaroo one year, and I saw Ben Sollee play. Yeah. And I was like, this guy's playing Fiona Apple and Gnarls Barkley on cello and pizzicato and flicking around and singing, and I was like, what a great idea. Speaking of time of not knowing what I'm doing with music, I knew I wanted to sing. I knew I wanted to play cello. Guitar wasn't working for me so well, but then it was seeing Ben Sollee play, and I was like, oh, almost, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, it really started in my early 20s when I finally kind of found myself, at least partially there, that piece of it.
Totally. Yeah, everyone, I guess, there's a handful of cellists that do this, right? And Ben is one of them that has probably turned so many people onto doing this. My friend Yari, who lives in Turkey, right now he lives in Georgia, the country. I went to classical music school with him, so we both have the master's degrees, and he discovered Ben Sollee in the last, I feel year or so, with the pandemic, and he's just been doing all these Tom Waits covers.
Awesome.
He's just so inspired by Ben, and I think, who is it for me?
Rashad's another one for me.
Yeah.
But who is yours?
I think that it was Mike Block when I went to Mark O'Connor's camp like Mike was the cello
Yeah.
teacher, and I just thought, and Mike is like I thought then, and I still think like Mike is an unreal musician because he is so good at classical music also, but he's like improvising great like songwriter singer. He's just like full package. So
Dave Eggar is like that too.
oh yeah, I don't know him very well.
Oh man, I don't. I've only seen him. I saw him play at the Grocery on Home, this amazing house concert in Atlanta, and like he's just like down, like playing on the ground, like, but he can do, you know, all this amazing classical stuff and then just totally out of the box too. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Breaking the mold.
So that's great. I love that story. Just like the moment of I didn't know I could do cool things on cello too.
Yeah. You know,
Like,
it's like I had this
classical music's
longing.
cool, but-
Exactly. But it wasn't like really satisfying me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until like that, and then I started, like, the theory started really sinking in from school. I was like, oh, I can use this to improv. Like, that's why I needed that. So, it was helpful.
Which they don't tell you in classical music theory classes. They're not like, you need to know chord numbers because you'll need them. Because you're not going to technically need them for improvising, but like,
Right.
I wish they would have said like, hey, this might come in handy if you want to do anything else. But I digress. No regrets. And so yeah, you put out that album in 2018. Such a great album.
Thank you. I'm still very proud of it.
Yeah. And are you working on new stuff then, or are you just kind of moseying along? Like, I'm moseying, so that's what
I am loving watching you mosey. You're inspiring me to mosey in my own way. I really have, because, you know, and that's the important thing, right? It's so easy to get caught up in the comparison game, I think, with social media. But
sure.
I spent so long with my crazy story getting my album back. That album that I released got caught up in the people I was signed with, who I released the album under.
Yeah, do you want to like just give like the short?
In a nutshell,
story?
This is the nutshell version.
Yeah.
So the day my album came out, actually, the FBI raided the offices of the parent company that owned the companies that I was signed to, and so everything got put on hold because this guy had been convicted of a $200 million Ponzi scheme. And it was just like, oh, shit. But it made me, I learned so much, and I've grown so much, and it really taught me that this is what I want to do. I'm like, not crazy because I didn't want to quit. But it made me also look at just so many things, including like my intuition. Oh, wow, my intuition was right about a lot of stuff. I should listen to my inner voice. And like kind of getting back to what am I writing about? Who am I? What do I want to say next? And I went through just a lot of life transition stuff, had an ear infection that left me deaf, a tooth abscess, and I just had all these things that kept making me stop. I couldn't tour. When this album came out, I had just done a Kickstarter, and like I couldn't use the Kickstarter to go on tour, but I was in these legal battles to get my intellectual property back, and I was like, oh, so I got everything back. I can tour now. I got a tour planned, and then the pandemic hit.
Gotta love it.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, I've kind of been, like, told I can't tour before, so all right. So pivoting was super important, and I had learned so much to help artists, or to help myself collect all my royalties from stuff that I didn't know was out there, and I found thousands of dollars of royalties that I didn't know was out there, that I was told didn't exist, and so along with some writing this year, I've been working on some music business and helping artists with their music business and claim royalties. But with the music, I'm really excited because there's some songs coming out that I think are really honest in a way I haven't been honest. Like, I think maybe I was using my writing to almost, like, I was like almost trying to be too heavy in the metaphor a long time ago, I think. Like some years ago, even with my first record, maybe like trying to hide behind something, maybe still writing in a way I think I should be writing. Yeah. But like, what are we doing? We're playing a classical instrument, like singing and, you know, like whatever, there are no rules. So I think I'm trying to not edit and just create for a while. Totally. And not feeling like I have to release something right now, but I am getting excited to do that again. I do have something secret. Well, it's not so secret, but I do have a kind of a secret, different project in the works I'll be releasing soonish, so stay tuned.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready
it's
for it.
It's kind of witchy. I have a cauldron here.
I have that same mug.
Oh, you do? Is this from Pottery Mouth?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so when I moved in here, my pot broke. And so I texted her or I messaged her and I was like, do you have any more? And so this is like a little bit bigger than a mug, but
yeah,
it's a little cauldron. I'm burning a candle for our session here, our little show, our session.
Great.
Show.
The greatest vibes. The greatest vibes.
Love her. Go follow her on Instagram.
Oh man, yeah, Pottery Mouth Studios. She does great work. Do you want to play us another song?
Sure. What to play?
Paul and Diane Wallen are watching.
Oh, hey y'all! Acousticool.
Yeah.
House concert, folks. So cool. They are acousticool.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of them actually earlier today because I was thinking of the Maggie Rogers album and we listened to it on vinyl when I was there last. I want to play a new one. One of these new ones that's marinating.
Cool.
It's called One Day Soon. You called to tell me you're lonely, and I broke my heart in the worst way when you said, oh, you've been done wrong, you can't sleep at night, nothing's right. Believe me when I say any day now, one day soon, the rain is gonna wash away yesterday and we'll sing, till you feel light again, we'll sing, we'll sing. You gave my heart the home it needed, and you cheered me on. Oh, when the world fell down around me, and you should know if it weren't for you, don't know where I'd be now. So hold on to me this time around. Believe me when I say any day now, one day soon. Oh, the rain is gonna wash away yesterday and we'll sing. Till then I'm gonna stand in the storm with you and sing. Till we feel light again, we'll sing. We'll sing. We'll sing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Is that about your man?
You know, I didn't.
It's not?
It's
Oh,
not.
it's- okay.
But it's funny you say that because I was thinking in my mind, I was like, maybe I should play the one about Andy next.
Okay, I would love that. Yeah, I haven't met Andy yet, and I'm super excited to.
Yeah. It's so funny. We were just starting to date during the pandemic, and so, but yeah, when you write a song about somebody, it's very vulnerable. You know, it's like, all right, well, there we go. But yeah. That song, One Day Soon, started off as a song I wrote during my 24-hour albums.
Yes.
And I haven't done that this year yet, but I just like to allow myself 24 straight hours to create, and I'd written that, and I wrote it totally differently, and then I revisited it, and I was like, I don't know, this song needs to be about the people that, like, were just there for me, that, like, now I feel strong again enough to be there for them.
Nice.
And it's like just this crazy circle of life, man. We
Circle
all gotta
of-
be there for each other.
Totally. Community, so important.
Yeah, even this, like, I'm like super way more into Zoom than I thought I would be now. I mean, like, I still have like, but I do like that I don't have to wear shoes.
Totally. Like, don't have to wear shoes. Like, you can, like, it's like business on top.
Yes,
Like,
and I can hang out with
comfort
anybody
level.
anywhere at any time. which is
Yeah,
pretty
that
great.
that definitely was a cool thing about the pandemic. It made us like for instance, like my mom has always really not liked FaceTime. She just doesn't love it. But I think that like the pandemic turned it into like a necessity.
Yeah.
And she was like grateful that, you know, if we can't be together, at least we have this. So
Exactly.
those 24-hour album things you did were amazing. So
Thanks.
was the concept that you like wrote and recorded an album in 24 hours?
Yeah, it's crazy. And actually, I got the idea, the inspiration from Danielle Ate the Sandwich. She's an awesome artist, also on Patreon.
Cool.
And I reached out to her one day. We hadn't met at this point yet. And I was like, hey, this is a really cool idea. I'm having writer's block. I just moved to Nashville. What do I just like want to let you know I appreciate this inspiration. And the first time I did it, I wrote like 8 songs. And actually, one of them is like on Spotify on a live album I did called Stormy Baby. And this one I rewrote, and it's just been a great exercise. But then expectations will kick you in the ass. Like the second time I did it, I was like, I'm gonna get 10 songs, and then I think I only got like 4 or something like that. But I've done it enough times that like I'm like, you know what? There are no rules. I made these rules up. So I think next time I'm gonna do 48 hours and like actually let myself sleep.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you're gonna stay up for 48 hours. Like
No, I tried to sleep, deprecate too much, and then like I value sleep. That's another thing I've learned is like how rested I wasn't going into this pandemic. So grateful for that.
what's your bedtime? Because mine's 9:30 now.
Oh my god, me too.
It's gonna be a real like tomorrow. Oh, the show's early tomorrow at least. That's nice. But
Right?
like we had a rehearsal for it on Monday that like went till like 9:30, and I was just like,
Yeah, people want to like organize like Zoom like business meetings at 7 o'clock. I'm like, no. I'm winding down.
I have eaten dinner. I am in my pajamas.
It's amazing. I like wake up early, and
Yeah.
so now I have a puppy, so that
Yes.
works out well with the time and all
Yes.
that. So,
You have a very cute puppy.
oh my god. I've wanted this puppy for so long, and the timing was great. I love the breeder. She's in town. It's awesome. But yeah, my puppy's name is Mavis. She's a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog, and she is
Really?
just over 40 pounds and 5.5 months. So,
How much is she gonna be?
well, her mom weighs 104 pounds,
Okay.
so she could be anywhere that or more.
Okay. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to cuddle. That's good.
Right?
The more the merrier.
I just love big dogs, and she's super cool and chill. And I told the breeder I wanted a big dog I could tour with, and so we've been taking her kayaking. She sits so cute on the kayak. She's
Yeah.
crushing it. So.
I love that. Do you have a cocktail? What's your cocktail?
Well, it's just rosé on ice
Ooh, okay,
in a
that's nice.
glass with mushrooms on it.
Nice. I have. Where do I go? Oh, up here. I have a glass that has birds of prey,
I love it.
and I'm rocking a Negroni. You know, I got really into Negronis last summer, and like I never really. I've had them before, but like they became my summer drink last year, and now
Ooh.
every time I taste a Negroni, I just think of like those first few months of the pandemic when things were terrible and everything was so unsure, but like I've been feeling nostalgic for it lately, like, and how we had no responsibilities, nothing to do.
Yeah.
And like I would just wake up at 6 a.m. because that's what started happening, and I would like stretch and then go for a run and then like read for a couple hours in like the sun, and then I would go garden, and it was just like
Yep.
that was nice.
Yep. I'm still doing the reading thing, damn it.
Good. That's good. And I'm trying to, but like it's not as easy as it was, and it's frustrating because it's like the pandemic is still happening, and there's like still less happening than there would be, but now we have like stuff to do, and it's not as fun.
Right. Exactly. I'm not sure, and it's like, how much should we be doing? But I think it's also a great time to look at like what wasn't serving us, and like I need to like definitely have some better boundaries with like how much I'm doing, and like I don't know, just really doing what brings me joy and staying in my integrity. I'm reading, who is it? Is it Martha Becky? Way of Integrity right now. It's really good, but she was on Oprah, so I was like, I want to read this book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want to like do what really makes me happy, and because I know I'll be able to show up better and like do what I need to do better if I'm not freaking out, like too tired and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, with that, do you want to play the song about Andy?
Sure. another slow romantic one.
Yes.
Let's see where. Now I'm like, oh yeah, where am I? Oh yeah.
You got this.
I got this. Yeah. Just do you ever have that problem where you're playing one song and then you go to play the next one and you like can't get the last one out of your head? Mm-hmm. There it is. Ah. It's called Stay. Got me thinking about you. Like I ain't got time to waste. Baby, I don't know where you came from, but don't go away. So I'm asking you to stay. For good we had plans, and instead keep my head in your hands. Oh, stay. Giving me those sweet eyes, keeps me in a haze. Seems like nothing else really matters no these days. So I'm asking you to stay. Stay, wrap up with me all day. For good we had plans, and instead keep your head in my hands. Oh, stay. Don't wanna be missing, so keep kissing me. Stay.
Cute.
Thank you.
Cute.
Thank you.
Have you watched? You've watched Schitt's Creek, right?
What'd you say?
Have you watched Schitt's Creek?
Oh wait, Schitt's Creek. Yes,
Yeah.
I have. Yes, I haven't watched the most recent season, but I really love that show. I keep finding myself saying Mavis instead of David. My dog's name.
Mavis. Yeah, it's it's seeped into my veins at this point. I fluctuate between a Moira and an Alexis. Like when I'm feeling whiny, it's a Moira because it's like, why would we not go to the restaurant? I want a Negroni.
I do love her. All her words are amazing.
Man, yeah. Hearing you play, I'm just like, remember when we made Destiny's Child and Backstreet Boys covers?
Oh my god, that was so good. We really need to do another one. The people here should vote. Tell us in the comments, what should we cover next?
I need to know what we need to cover. We've covered Say My Name by Destiny's Child, which I will say is a legendary cover.
People, they're like, whoa! And I'm like, yeah, that was a good one.
It was so good.
It was
and
so fun.
And then we did Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
Yeah, that was great. There's some of my favorite bloopers from that. We definitely got to do another one.
Yeah.
Just 90s cover.
Let's do it. We have time. I'm vaccinated. Let's do it. So you're I feel like, so you're like really working on this like music business thing to try to like get people royalties for music that they may not know exists, right?
Yeah.
That's like will you like just tell us a little more about like that, because it seems like a pretty big part of what you're like working on right now.
Yeah, so my goal, I had this epiphany when the dream, so to speak, was ripped out from underneath me. I got the signedness, I'm doing the thing. No, I'm not. And I'm like, I've been burned by the industry. But that was like, actually, this is a chance for me to really reorganize and rebuild a team. Maybe it just looks different. And next time I hand off things, I really want to be able to, confidently do so and not just hire someone because I really think I need that, but okay, I've got I don't know. It's just kind of this balance that I hadn't struck yet. And my goal has been to, nurture passive income streams like Patreon, other things that can just really fuel itself so that I can make some money doing music, helping people, that helps me make music, that it's just all in my wheelhouse. Because for me, I haven't done well in the past with any part-time jobs that have gone I've done tons of part-time jobs that aren't music, but I have found that my energy gets really depleted. So I was like, how can I do more music all the time and create a passive income stream that would help me just make more music and fuel the whole thing. So I created this workshop, and though it does take some of my time throughout the year, but it is mostly a passive income thing. You can go and sign up for this workshop, and you get access to any information I add to it, because the music business is always evolving. And basically I walk artists through 4 steps, and those 4 steps help you claim all of your royalties and help you set up your own passive income streams to collect stuff. So when you go out and make music, you don't have to worry about is my Spotify account set up? So am I going to receive royalties from CD Baby? Where's that connected? And where's this and that? I really believe now, getting it all done on the front end just makes it a lot more fun, in the creative process, getting all that kind of paperwork done. So if you had told me 3 years ago that I'd be super excited about finding royalties and helping artists do that, I would just thought you're crazy. But it's been just a really cool journey, and I've actually just been infuriated yet empowered yet fueled to find out that so many artists don't know this. And they feel I guess I should. I'm actually, nobody's taught us this. And in fact, we're taught that if we have a publisher, if we have a manager, if we have this, then we'll make money, or then we'll have fill in the blank. And that may be true. I'm not saying that those things are totally bad or anything, but we aren't taught to empower ourselves with the knowledge so that when we get into these business, relationships, which music is a business too, we got to be able to arm ourselves so we can go in and be ourselves and not give away that power. So.
Totally. Love that.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
Yeah, totally. And so actually something else that kind of just came up through the pandemic. So I've done this course, but I have a friend named Wilson Harwood. He owns a studio here in town. And he and I just started getting together some years ago, once a month, to talk about music business and how are you making it work as a producer? How are you making it work as a touring singer-songwriter with a cello? And one day we're why don't we just start recording our conversations? So we did, and now we have a podcast. It's called the Wealthy Artist Podcast. And we talk about all this stuff. We talk about money, which is like one of the most difficult things to talk about in our business, I think, sometimes. Another thing we're taught not to be comfortable doing. But we like to break that story. And so it's been fun to, like, it's been healing to talk about that stuff, because I think it's helping me get back to that creativity somehow. Even though I'm a little freaked out sometimes, I'm like, am I spending too much time in the business side? I really miss the creating more, but something inside me just, it's like, wants to help other people do the business too.
Gotta follow the gut. Go with your gut. I'll put links to, if you send me all the links for everything you've mentioned, I will put it in the description of this video, because this video will live on YouTube forever.
And on and on.
Exactly. Okay, well,
thanks, girl.
Do you want to just do one? Do you want to do one more for us?
Sure.
And then we'll say goodbye, and you'll be sad, but I'll just, like, maybe we can go for lunch next week or something.
Yes. I love it. I just love it. This is such a cool show. Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play my song Dragons in the Kitchen. I'm going to back up because I get a little...
Should my dragon be a part of this song?
Oh my gosh. Yes, your bearded dragon. Yes.
Wait, I can move this on. Get in. Come here, Liz.
This is awesome.
You have to come here for the song. It's important.
I just love it. Yay! How old is Liz now?
Oh, she's almost 5.
Oh, she's so crushing it. She's so awesome. I love it. Look at you. Ah. This one's for you, Liz.
This is for Liz.
And special shout out to all the folks on Instagram who said they might be here or just gave me some love today for today's show.
Yay.
Really appreciate it. Yeah. All right. There were dragons in the kitchen. There were people off the walls who were wearing lots of colors, but the rooms were really small. And they were laughing without crying. They were living without dying. They were singing a new song, but she had to wander on. Now she's singing with all her eyes closed. She knows now where she goes, and she wonders why stars shine as the sun begins to rise now. There was chaos in the cosmos, sparks between the spaces that she didn't know were there, though she wouldn't even dare. So he saddled his great stallion with no chase. He chased the beast and she skated on her way, though she really should get away. Now she's singing with all her eyes closed. She knows how where she goes, and she wonders why stars shine as the sun begins to rise now. So the journey grew long and no peace but in his dark mind, and he wondered, where's the color? Then he saw the full ablaze, then he slayed that beast with great might, and he laid his rune to rest, and he triumphed on her, but she had already heard and gone away with her eyes open now. She knows that wherever she goes, and she knows why the stars shine as the sun begins to rise now.
She's very angry, actually. I'm putting it back. I'm not
She made
angry
it the whole
yet.
song.
She's just like, it's my bedtime.
I know, right? We're all getting there. It's so great. I respect the new bit. I highly recommend following the Nap Ministry on
Nap Ministry.
Instagram. She's so great.
Does she love naps?
Totally. It's all about that rest culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't love naps. I find that they make me more sleepy than.
I can't always nap either. It depends.
Depends.
I just go to bed early now.
Yeah. And just, it's like one long nap.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for coming on Floor Fiddle Fridays.
Thanks,
This
Kaitlyn.
has been so great. So great to hear you and see you and talk to you. And we'll get together soon and hang out in real life without people watching.
Yes. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Yes, thank you, everyone, for watching. Yep, if you want to share this with a friend, if you're like, this was super cool, that'd be tight if you shared it. I'm going to post some clips of this to the socials in the next few days. And there will be links added to this description of everything Sarah was talking about. So
sweet.
Give them a click. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks and farewell.
We did it.
Yay!